Hi guys, how's it going? John here with Ready Player Movies and welcome back to a brand new video. So we are now into the, should be into the H's right now, but I made a bit of a little fumble in the last video. Getting prepared for the last video, which is probably just as well that it's happened this way, because that video did actually end up becoming a little bit longer than I initially thought. So I'll tell you a bit more after the intro. So guys, what actually happened was I forgot to take out a compartment, which is the one that is currently empty right here. Yeah, there is more of the F's and the G's, unfortunately. So we're just gonna have to go straight. We're just gonna have to get these out of the way so that we can then move on to the H. So evidently this video is a continuation of the last one. So first off, with the rest of the F's, we have Face Off with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Next we have one of my guilty pleasures in Freddy vs Jason. Next we have the brilliant Forrest Gump with Tom Hanks. Falling Down with Michael Douglas, a brilliant film from the late great Joel Schumacher. Next we have an 80s cult classic in Flight of the Navigator, one of my favourite films from the 80s, guys. Next we have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the crimes of, Fantastic Beasts, the crimes of Grindelwald, and its predecessor, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Now we have A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson and Demi Moore. Very, very good courtroom drama. And next we have Frost Nixon with Michael Sheen and Frank Langella. Another very good film. True story about the Watergate incident. Next we have The Faculty, a brilliant take on the invasion of the body snatchers story in a high school. Next we have Ferrari, which I believe is I haven't actually seen this, guys. So yeah, I might just look. Yeah, Ferrari. Just leave it at that. Next we have the awesome Full Metal Jacket from Stanley Kubrick, starring Matthew Modine, Vincent D'Onofrio, and a couple of others. Next we have Fury with Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf and John Bernthal. I think it is. Is it John Bernthal? I believe it is. Michael Pena. Yep, John Bernthal is right there. Next we have Fast Times at Ridgemont High with Sean Penn. Yep. From Dusk Till Dawn, one of my favourite movies that was written by Tarantino. Next we have Foxcatcher, which I believe I'm saying I believe is this is a true story about an incident that happened on a wrestling camp on a wrestling campus, which involved this guy who Steve Carell plays as the coach. Really good film, a very good sports film actually. There's not much fighting actually goes on in it, but it's the lead up to what it's the lead up to what actually happened, to what actually incident actually happened. The real event surrounding this is absolutely bizarre. It's very well documented in this. There is a documentary on Netflix which focuses on Team Foxcatcher, who actually who did compete in the Olympics at the time that all this went on. Very interesting watch, and comparing it with this is very true to the events that actually took place in real life. So, and a really great performance from all three actors, including Mark Ruffalo, who plays Channing Tatum's brother in the movie. Brilliant film, really enjoyed it. And next we have Firestarter, the original Firestarter with Drew Barrymore, which even though it isn't exactly the best film in the world, it's better than its remake that we got. I think it was it last year or the year before, something like that. That movie was terrible. This is the one to watch. And that finishes the Fs. So now we're going to go into the rest of the G's. And the first one that I have is Get Carter with Michael Caine. Very good movie. Really enjoy watching this one. Next we have Godzilla 2014 from Gareth Edwards. I've done a review on this, guys, on my original body of work as Trekflix. Have a look at that if you want. Next we have Gravity with Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. Another very good film actually. I was actually quite impressed with this. The visuals in this are absolutely stunning. It's some of the best visuals that I've seen in a space movie to date. Next we have Green Room with Patrick Stewart and the brilliant Anton Yelchin. This is a very interesting film actually. This is about a rock band that is headed by Anton here. They go and do a gig at an underground club. It is a club, but what they don't actually realise is it's ran by neo-Nazis, and they get trapped in the preparation room with another band who is embroiled with a lot of problems with these people that run the place, which is run by the great Patrick Stewart. It's a pretty good film. The only downfall I have with this is Patrick Stewart in this. It's very difficult to understand him in this. Even though he does play a very good villain, there's a lot of mumbling that's going on between him and his compatriots, and it kind of took me away from the film. And there is a couple of unnecessary things that happen in this film, that I didn't think really weren't warranted at all for the story of the film. But likewise, guys, great. That's Green Room. It's an okay film. It's worth watching. But it's not quite for everybody. But it is a pretty decent watch for what it is anyway. Next we have Gladiator with Russell Crowe. Not a lot needs to be said about this. All-time classic. I'll take this sticker off really quickly. We've only got 2 left after this one. Goodness me, we're only going to be on about 12 minutes. 12-minute video. How about that? Next we have Game Night with Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams. This is one funny ass film. I really enjoyed this. I watched this through lockdown with a few friends. I had an absolute blast with this. It's so good. And it has also, if I can remember his name, yeah, there he is, Jesse Plemons, who was thing in Breaking Bad towards the end of the series. The guy that looks like Matt Damon. Brilliant film, so good, so good. Really enjoyed it. Next we have Godzilla King of the Monsters in 3D. And I forgot to mention it, but I know you're probably saying it. That other Godzilla was also in 3D, obviously because you saw it. Yeah, not didn't not going to say it didn't meet my expectations. It did meet my expectations plus more. But there are problems with this film, as a few people already know. So yeah, it's an entertaining watch. The visuals are absolutely stunning in this. Godzilla's design, and even King Ghidorah's design is also fantastic. But my favorite kaiju in this film was Rodan. Rodan was my favorite kaiju out of the ones that are in this film. Really good. I really enjoy this film, even though it does have its problems, like I say. And last but not least, we have an all-time classic. Nothing more can be said about this film other than who you're going to call Ghostbusters, the original and best, with Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson, Sigourney Weaver, Rick Moranis, and oh dear, we should know the guy's name. William. He's not on the back of here either. It will come to me at some point, but it probably won't in this video. Anyway, yeah, love this film as anybody else, as everybody else does. Such a great film. Like I say, nothing much can be said about this. It is Ghostbusters. Always has been, always will be. And that, everybody, is the end of this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you did like the video and you would like to see more of me away from this collection series, which my guns are sticking firmly onto, drop me a like, comment down below as well, talk about the stuff that I have showcased in the video, and if you want, you can also share it about. Obviously you don't have to do any of that if you don't want to, not a problem. Yeah, I don't think any much more can be said really, guys. Stay safe and play safe. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.